National Football League brings us to the Tar Heel State, where the legacy of the late, great Sam Mills lives on with each pound of the drum. And that means we are ready for football here at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today, two NFC clubs going head-to-head, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Carolina Panthers. The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And off we go from Uptown Charlotte. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
First play from scrimmage, Stafford will drop this down to Williams. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down.
And their coach told us the other day that they wanted to get him in a nice groove right out of the gate. And one way to do that, give him quick throws where he can get the ball out of his hand in a hurry, as he did there.
First run now for Kyron Williams. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, 3 and out to start the game would have been a real disappointment. So this is a nice job of finding something you think will work and executing it. And they're able to keep this opening drive going.
Now it's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells the offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
That's another Rams.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And the Rams are going to have a first and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. This will be caught at about the 5. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Puka Nacua from 3 yards out. And the Rams are on the board first here this afternoon. That was a big throw right there on 3rd and goal.
And the defense has to be prepared for you to throw the ball on 3rd and goal. Because really, 2nd down, 2nd and goal, that's your play action time, and you're not sure whether they're going to run it or throw it. 3rd down, you're usually sure they're probably going to pass it. Even more impressive that they got it done, and on the opening drive of the game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Shifts by him. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
They run here with Rico Dowdle. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Young will set to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 8. Young to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. Young scrambling and able to pick up the first with his legs.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Panthers first down. 1st and 10 at the
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
A former Oklahoma State Cowboy, it's Chuba Hubbard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's good play. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And how about the quick feet there as he made a man miss on his way to a solid gain of 7. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
They run again with Dowdle. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He'll try to pick it up himself. And he will take it across for Panthers touchdown. Bryce Young, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No. Davis from the top rope. I like it. Ryan Fitzgerald now to add the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it was Bryce Young who finished things off with a touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, caught at the 21. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
A gain of 3 yards. And the Rams.
These two teams all tied after one. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play action, Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. On the counter, here's Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Rams on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Stafford now to throw. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down per minute and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Young off the play fake. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Looking to throw, Young. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Carolina. Jalen Coker, 76 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch, take it to the house. Fitzgerald now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. following the touchdown. This is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Rams ready to go on offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Stafford. And that's complete to Adams. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
To throw is Stafford. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 55 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
1st down. It's a gain of 20. And the Rams 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the 1st.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
After the run, now Stafford going to throw. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, and go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
This one swung out to Williams. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Back to throw. Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Colby Parkinson, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Rams are an extra point away from evening this one up. But he is such a matchup nightmare down near the goal line, CD, and another example right there on that play for the touchdown.
It's borderline impossible to defend this guy because that kind of size, he can still get out and run a crisp route, and he has excellent hands. Even if you stick with him, all the quarterback has to do is lob it up, and he can win almost any jump ball.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Oh, nice move. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Taken down at the 42. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Here's 2nd and 7. Young now. Short throw hauled in by Trimble. So he's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in position to dictate to the offense.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Young now from the 50. We'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 38-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. It'll be Young again. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Give him 30 yards there.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. To the left side, he's got McMillan. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
A pickup of 2 brings up second and goal at the 5-yard line.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. They run here with Dowdle. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Now they send a running back in motion right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
On fourth down on is Ryan Fitzgerald for the Carolina field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So now after the field goal, Fitzgerald back out there to send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Here's Kyron Williams running out for another possession. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Throwing is Stafford. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Second and a couple. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Stafford. Over the middle, complete. It's Adams. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout As they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
At the 47-yard line.
This 2nd and 4. Again, it's Stafford. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 50, it's Stafford. Throws left side. Atwell's got it. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And this one is no good. He missed it. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of
out there and ready to begin their next drive. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. It's been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the 3rd quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
2 yards yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
Here's 3rd and 7. To throw, Young. And that is incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll look to Williams to begin things. And he stopped immediately there. With a safety, Trayvon Merrick up to make the play defensively.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
Now Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 63 yards receiving for him now. And that last catch good enough for a 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back home and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now it's Stafford. And his throw here is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Stafford. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Merrick. And the Panthers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. But just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, the runner crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Excellent job defensively there from Kobe Turner.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Young. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to it and hold it for just a short gain.
Tough spot here. Third down and 11. Now Young. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. It's caught. Smith. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Stafford now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Adams. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Looking to throw. Stafford. His throw incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Stafford. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 35. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now 2nd and 3. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
To throw is Stafford. And it is caught. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 15-yard line. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They go back to the ground with Williams. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Kyron Williams, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Rams have retaken a 3rd-quarter lead. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was capped off by the Kyron Williams touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so sound. Is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Young off the play fake. And a quick throw here that's complete. His 2nd catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
On the run, it's Dowdle. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Carolina. Rico Dowdle, 52 yards. And the Panthers have answered back with a 3rd-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
On is Fitzgerald now for the PAT. And that one gives him a 3-point lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. touchdown. This is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Short throw. It's Higbee. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll make it 2nd down. So both teams trade touchdowns. And the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Stafford going to give this one to Corum. And he's going to have a Rams first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Rams first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw, Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Puka Nacua with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that will make this a 4-point game. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Looking to put a drive together. Young will set to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it's second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Young. Got a man. That's the gap. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A running play, it's Dowdle. And some room to maneuver. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 108 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there.
At the 24-yard line.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. In motion, the tight end. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
There's Trimble, the tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Throwing, Young. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and goal.
Waste of time.
What are you doing? Are they even paying attention? What are you doing?
A line of scrimmage once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Young to throw it. Now a run here off the... And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Bryce Young taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Panthers have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Panthers.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Bryce Young who finished things off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. And the tackle there by Chris Barnes.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Second down and 8. Throwing is Stafford. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the 50, Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 39. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
In motion right goes Adams. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. And that's complete to Adams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out in the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Here's Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Rams, first down. An 8-yard pickup.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Stafford looks to throw again. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Now 2nd and 4. Now it's Stafford. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains and take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. A big play here. Crowd on their feet. 3rd and 4. Stafford now to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. And now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Panthers offense and running back Rico Dowdle headed back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter.
Y'all gotta pump my taste. Y'all can't talk about basics.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Young. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now Young. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Young to throw. Man, and he hits him in stride. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Carolina. Here's Smith to return it. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Rams offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. This is 1st and 10. Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
That's good for the Rams. First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Final minute, one timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Now Stafford. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game. A critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
Stafford now to throw. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Carolina getting set to take the field. They can still get into field goal range, partner. They got to work quickly, though.
I agree with you totally. Find a way to get the ball downfield and out of bounds. In a perfect world, they know what hash they want to get to for their kicker, and they already know the distance that he feels comfortable. That'll dictate what they do on offense.
See if they can get in his range. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Young. Over the middle to Evans.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. This from 51 yards for the win. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So as it turns out, a 2-play drive resulting in the field goal. So now after the field goal, Fitzgerald back out there to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. One last throw here for Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.